way you went through each guy, you got to know them like they were your own kids, didn't you?
Sure, yeah. We recruit these young men for, a year and a half, sometimes 2 years. So we get to know them, their families pretty well. We've seen those video clips probably 1,000 times. So yeah, we know everything about it.
How nervous were you yesterday, wondering if they'd all come through?
You know what? Yesterday was pretty uneventful as far as surprises. That means we did a good job with relationship building. Now, are you always a little nervous or some anxiety at night? Absolutely, to see if that those faxes and that ink is going to be dry on there for sure. We had a couple guys we were talking to late into the night, but for the most part, pretty easy going day.
You really filled some needs. You got a big stud, Richmond in the middle. You got a good quarterback. You have a lot of good stuff you needed.
Yeah, we did. We addressed our needs up front. Last year was a lot of skill. This year was both sides of the ball in the offensive and defensive lines, and it's the line of scrimmage league. So we can have all those pretty skilled guys out there we want, but if we don't have those big boys in the middle, it's not going to go as well as we like. So we addressed that, and a lot of them from our home state, which is great.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to get them from Tennessee because of the reputation you guys are building, I think. Right?
Absolutely. Anytime we can get the number 1, number 2, and number 3 player out of the state of Tennessee, that's a big deal for us. We came here and said that we need to take this state back, and so far so good.
I don't want to monopolize everybody else.
You said it was pretty uneventful day. Did you make sure to tell everybody to get their letters in before noon so you could relax in the afternoon, unlike some of the other programs that wrap us?
We try and do that, we try and do that. And actually, this is our secretaries were laughing. This is the first time in a long time we've been done that early. There's always somebody that wants to have their press conference later in the day and make us sweat it out. But for the most part, we had it done, wrapped up, and it was a good day.
You moved on to 16 and 17.
Oh, we moved on we probably talked to 120 to 150 16s yesterday on the phone. Coach Jones probably talked to 75 to 100 of those kids. So yeah, the process never ends.
Do you have a ballpark of how many of those were in-state kids?
That's a great question. I don't, not off the top of my head. But I can tell you that a lot of the top players in the United States of America, I can say that.
Thank you.
How much does what you did last class and this class, how much do you think that will help you with the next classes, the ranking, the 4 stars and 5 stars?
I think it's huge. I think, again, players want to play with great players. Some players get scared away by a roster full of some guys, and quite frankly, those aren't the guys we want. We want guys that want to play with other great players, want to compete to play with great players. I think you saw that in this class, especially the quarterback position. To bring in 4 quarterbacks, and never once did any of them mention the other guys. They just want to come in and compete. I think that says a lot. Also, this next class, they see, hey, all these big-time players are going to Tennessee. Maybe I better check this place out and see what's going on. So the momentum builds.
How much does the message change from come in, help us rebuild and get playing time to come in, join us with these other guys and win championships?
Yeah, well, we've used the mantra, you can either help us or you can watch us. We've kind of said that from day one, and it's happening slow but sure. Obviously, great year for us momentum-wise. Are we satisfied? Absolutely not. To win 7 games is not our goal here at Tennessee, and so we're selling, hey, we're going to get to Atlanta, we're going to win the SEC East, then we're going to win the SEC Championship, and eventually get in that playoff. And this next class can help us put us over the edge, and you got to have them back to back to back to back to back in order to go to the playoffs and win those SEC championships.
In 14, you had Todd Kelly Jr. and a couple other guys up your recruit. Obviously, Khalil, Andrew Butcher, this class up your recruit. Is there a way you identify guys within the class to help hit social media, or do they do that on their own? Or
you know what? They kind of just rise to the top. The guys that are into that, and the guys that are the alpha males of the group, that are outgoing, that make friends easy, and people are attracted to those guys. And Khalil, being one of the top players in the United States, was at a lot of those camps, the combines, all those things, and so he got to meet a lot of the top players in the country, the opening, things like that, and then he builds relationships with those guys, and then they're attracted to him, and just kind of snowballs from there, and then he finds other guys that can help him within the group, and they've had group chats and all those kinds of things, and Khalil was a big reason we got Drew. Khalil stayed on him and did a heck of a job.
Do you ask the kids to get iPhones so they can do the group chat? I know Darrell Taylor didn't have an iPhone, so he couldn't talk to the other guys. So.
Right. Yeah. No, whatever happens, happens. Whatever they got, they use. And, you still got Twitter and all that good stuff. So there's ways.